first-grade game with them, and they really like him down here at Brookvale. He started way back at Cronulla, came via North Sydney to Manly, and there's the team that he's in today. It's a very strong one, coached by Bobby Fulton. Steve Menzies in the headgear, and looking for a big game today, Menzies. Tuvey, Manly captain, pocket-sized dynamo. If your Ridge will sleep well at the end of the weekend. A busy weekend. Terry Hill, as we welcome our viewers right across New Zealand, and people, of course, watching us live in Perth and Adelaide today. Mark Carroll wins over plenty of ground. The Bears go out there now, and I would imagine working hard to forget the last encounter between these two clubs. At North Sydney Oval under lights, they didn't score a point. Manly scored 30. Taylor, the captain, very strong back row, Moore, Fairley and Larson. Josh Stewart, one of the front rowers, the other occupied by Danny Williams in the absence of Tony Hearn. Gives him a very small front row, really. Sun shining, plenty of cloud, however, and an absolute gale blowing down the ground. There's the Pacific or the Tasman, I'm not sure which it is here. Fatty's better qualified than me. He's working with me today. It might be the North Wollongong Ocean, actually. The only thing we haven't got is a referee. Here he comes. Kelvin Jeffs is the young referee in charge today. Plenty of opportunities for the younger brigade of referees these days. So North Sydney running left to right, and they're running into a gale force wind as Danny Moore is tackled inside the 20-metre line. Manly unbeaten, and a chance here today to equal the previous best consecutive amount of wins in the start of a season by Souths back in 1952. Mark Carroll now playing it back for Des Hasler, and then they cut out Gillespie and go across for Kossoff. Hasler a dummy half in the 9 shirt for Manly, and Ridge was thinking about putting a kick in, but it was only the 4th, and Norths were awake to it. They were awake to an early kick brought about by, I would imagine, the coach suggesting that we can kick out of our own territory pretty much any time we like. The wind will take it wherever you want it to go. David Hall is tackled on his own 40-metre line. And Paul Vorton joins me in commentary for this game today. Across now for Stewart to be tackled. 35 out from the Manly line. Soden chips, and Danny Moore, fielding a silly mid-off, is able to bring it in. That was my cue to you to talk, actually, as the penalty goes.
A nice catch that. But he's caught them offside. He played the advantage. Kelvin Jefferson now looks like Jason Taylor will line up an early shot at goal. Here it is, yes. I thought it was a bit well, early in the tackle count to be putting chips in, but they're on the attack, North. It's a desperate game for them.
Well, just to explain that ruling from Kelvin Jeffs, he has deemed that the other North Sydney player was inside the 10 in an offside position. So it all happened rapid fire, but Kelvin Jeffs got it right. 22 metres out for Jason Taylor. That will not be a difficult assignment. He's 12 in from touch. His problem is the breeze. Outstanding kicker of the ball. You need not to be told that, but I'm not sure of the velocity of this wind, but it is really gusting at a gale force proportion. 105 for the season for Jason Taylor. Strikes it, he's kept it low, and he's made the 2 points. Taylor gets first points. The Bears 2. Ridge carries it back for the restart. So Matthew Ridge sending it down for Mark Soden to send Gary Larson back. And this man, the hero of State of Origin, in my opinion, easily the player of the series. Now David Fairley, one of the players whose performance I'm sure he would like to see improve. Well, Lorimer on the third now.
The onus is on David Fairley to have a big game today, because I mean, Billy Moore and Gary Larson, their back row, have done a mile of work. Here's Billy now taking it up. But Fairley needs to produce a very special game for the Bears today.
The last tackle, the Bears have done well as Soden keeps it down. And Craig Hancock back for Manly today. Jack Elsgood was his deputy while Craig was out. Across they come for Lyons, and then for Danny Moore. He's big and he's hard to put down. And of course he can offload plenty of ball out there in the centres. It's like dealing with another second row forward, but he's injured, Danny Moore. I see he's clutching at his left shoulder as Carroll goes ahead, and the Bears give a penalty. Inside the 10 is the indication. Danny Moore, he's in a bit of trouble. Ridge for the line. Not looking for great distance, Matthew Ridge. Which is a bit surprising, because he's the one with the breeze behind him. Cliffy Lyons fires it out. Danny Moore, I think he brushed the trainer to get back in that play. Gillespie, big and tough, and playing the best football of his career, I feel. Lyons behind Carroll for Tuvey. Tuvey's 33 metres away from the opposition line. Remembering North leading 2-0. Now half break for Hasler. That line was 20 metres out. As they come left for Lyons, Tuvey out at 5/8 on this play. They go back blind through Kosef. Ridge is there staying alive from the play the ball. 5 tackles gone. Manly with their first opportunity. Lyons rolls it in, and it came off the hand of Jason Taylor.
Looking dangerous, aren't they, the Eagles? Hasler, nice little burst from dummy half there. The Norse markers were asleep, and Cliffy Lyons on the end of it. Comes up with a nice little chip. 6 more tackles with the wind. And Cliffy Lyons, he's never played better.
Jason Taylor wasn't going to flirt with the danger that was on offer. He could have let it go, but he wasn't prepared to take the gamble. Now the Bears will give it back to Manly in a very good field position for the Eagles. Taylor only managed to get 32 metres, and Hill is put away 23 metres out from the line. So the first is gone. Here's the second. Carroll. Mark Carroll playing it back for Hasler. 20 metres away from the Hill touchline. Gillespie barging it up towards the 13-metre point. And now Roberts almost limping. In fact, he is hobbling, Ian Roberts. He is playing with great courage. Lyons across for Tuvey. And that's a very good tackle by Soden. Manly setting up their last play. Ridge rolls it in. Matt Sears was there, and he comes away.
Great defence by North Sydney, very committed. You're right about Roberts. He hobbled into that very strong Larson tackle, and he's hobbling now. He was in doubt to play the game. He's been like this for about 3 or 4 weeks now.
Stewart got to pass away, and there was no need to pass. You could hear the call. Billy Moore was saying Josh. I think Josh would have preferred he hadn't said anything.
Yeah, it would have been a miracle ball. Arthur Beecham type ball, that one.
Tuvey back to work the scrum. Manly coming up with the scrum victory, and they go back immediately onto the attack. Terry Hill, he draws them and sends Hancock on his way. Hancock scores. All so simple, a beautiful long pass. Put Terry Hill on the outside, and Craig Hancock simply had to run and put it down.
Yeah, lovely play here by Manly, just simply running different angles, the two centres. Look at them, they start together and then just drift apart. The North's defence not reading it. Hill's able to get on the outside of his opposite, and simple draw and pass situation there. Lovely ball to Craig Hancock. No better finishing winger in the game than Craig Hancock.
This was the try from another camera. Lyons' pass was so accurate.
Well, that's it, and I think it was Caruana let Hill get on the outside of him. And too much speed. The wing was committed.
46 tries for Craig Hancock in his career. It's a big day in the career of many here today. As Ridge adds the extras. So Manly trailing 2-0 and now 6-2 up. Tony Hearn. Tony Hearn, of course, given 8 weeks or matches, was it? Matches to think about it.
For the headbutt, yeah. Unlucky, because he would have made the Australian side for sure the way he played in the Origin series.
Back.
Taylor to get us going again. It's a good start for North Sydney when you consider this breeze. If I had to put a value on it, you'd have to say in the area of 10, 12. And to lead 2-0 was a good start for them. They've given it back very quickly, though. Manly really putting on a lovely try. Carroll is on his own 30-metre line. Hasler waits. And now they go across for Gillespie. Looking to pop it back for Hasler, but North Sydney have been able to, till this point in time, stop Gillespie from passing. Cutting down any second phase. The last tackle now for the Eagles. Back for Ridge, and Ridge sending it down towards David Hall's wing, and it's going to take that bounce. Precision stuff from Matthew Ridge.
They're doing everything right, aren't they, the Eagles? Some good strong hit-ups amongst the forwards, the likes of Gillespie and Carroll and Kossoff, and Ridge on the end of that. A sensational, 50, 60-metre kick.
Taylor just waiting to feed. One of the forgotten number 7s, really, for the representative season. City Country, of course, that was not really a great opportunity for anybody to show what they could do. This is Billy Moore on the 20-metre line, centre of the ground. Soden sending his forwards ahead, namely David Fairley, Rothman's medal winner from last year. And of course, we're halfway through the new year, and we're starting to think about that again. Gary Larson to the halfway line, and this is the last as we go across for Taylor to keep it down. Ridge goes back. Hancock is with him, and Hancock is the one that brings it away, the try scorer. And he falls at the feet of Caruana. Caruana in the centres today, partnering Matt Toshak. No Ivan Cleary. Carroll was calling it. Lyons went himself. Hasler's there. Always alive. Always alert. Ready to support the ball carrier. Kossoff. Some contention Over the pronunciation of Kosev's name, I'm led to believe that's the way he wants it. 5 gone. Played by Carroll for Hasler to provide, then for Ridge, and Ridge taken out by Danny Williams. It's okay, it's been touched in flight, so they're all onside, and Sears is put away inside the 20-metre line. That is Matt Toshak. Soden works the blind, but there's only one player there, David Hall, and he was taken out of it strongly by Danny Moore. This is David Fairley, almost to the 40-metre line. Norths trailing 6-2. Soden takes another dummy half run. Florimo scampers in, keeps it low on the blind side, looking for touch and finding it.
A good kick, but North struggled in that set of 6. They ran from dummy half 3 times and had one forward, just a single hit up the other couple. It's really not on. They're not trying to do anything special early in the match, easing into it.
Bitterly cold here in Sydney today. Snow on the Blue Mountains. And that doesn't happen all that often. And the captain rolls it in, barely in front of the lock forward's feet. Ridge just inside the 20, in fact just over it now, and Florimo has paid the penalty for that.
Yeah, silly play there by Florimo. Ridge trying to get up for a quick play of the ball, and Flo was all over him. Just wouldn't let him get up. It's, you know, first tackle, giving away a stupid penalty.
Matthew Ridge with his line finders, he hasn't put a lot of oomph into them. I'm just wondering whether...
Well, he might be a bit sore.
Yeah, that kicking leg might be a bit tender.
They had a very hard test match on Friday night on a wet ground, so he might be something.
Menzies now. To my right, is that his first hit up of the game? Hasler now using Kosev. Tuvey running with him. This boom youngster from Manly at the back of the scrum, Nick Kosev. They're predicting all sorts of things for him. The kick by Lyons, the chase by Menzies. Sears is there, but Menzies gets the pass on for Hopewate. Back inside for Danny Moore, and that is excellent rugby league. That is excellent rugby league, let me tell you.
No, good stuff by the Eagles. Look at them come. They're coming from everywhere. We congratulate the players involved in this brilliant try. The North defence had come up, and Lyons saw that, put in the little kick. Menzies might only be his second touch, but delicate hands. Look at this. Touch and pass in the same movement. A beautiful ball. Look at this ball round the corner. Oh, unbelievable. And then the support came. Danny Moore. North defence there, but not good enough. Great try to the Eagles.
Cliffy Lyons will probably be disappointed that he didn't get this try. He runs around and supports Menzies and Hopewate. You watch him on this particular replay.
What about this ball though, round the corner? That is just incredible. And Hopewate's had a great season. Moore, the Queensland centre, finishes it off.
20 career tries for Danny Moore. Manly 10 points to 2 up. Now Ridge from 19 out, and he's kept it low and right on line. So Manly lead by 12 points to 2. They've scored 2 lovely tries.
You can't put this down to bad football by North. It's just brilliant stuff from the Eagles.
Well, you can't defend against it.
No, not against the brilliance of Cliff Lyons.
Very big personal effort by Danny Moore. So already this match has got a touch of deja vu about it. Manly rode roughshod over Norths at Bear Park. 30 points to nothing. And the way they've scored a couple of tries here in the early part, anything's possible. Kosev, Ridge, Normally sprinted through that gap. Lyons working out from dummy half. In fact, I can recall, I think it was only last year, that he had to wear the number 9 jumper a couple of times, Cliff Lyons. There was a time when his future at Manly was in doubt. Remember the triangular battle that was going on in those days, including Des Hasler and Cliffy Lyons, Jeff Tuvey. I don't think they want the old fellow, if I can use that word affectionately, Cliff, to ever leave the peninsula anymore. Nigel Roy, and a penalty goes against the Eagles now. So a little bit of relief for North Sydney. The referee ruling that they kept him down too long. It's Josh Stewart, one of the, probably shouldn't say it, but one of the lightweight front row forwards for the Bears today. He teams up with Danny Williams, who is looking on the blind side for a run, including himself and Fairley. It was he that ran the decoy. Fairley takes the ball up. They are very, very small by front row standards. Taylor now goes across Larson to find Florimo. Inside is Matt Sears, just inside the 10-metre line. Such is his ability, Sears. Now Larson, that is a great tackle by, I think, Gillespie rather than Carroll. They both get one. Taylor across now, and Toshak is tackled, and the turnover is with us.
Well, this online defence by Manly is just nothing short of sensational. Big tackle by Gillespie. Not just the hit, but the way they read it. Read the inside ball there from North Sydney.
Have a look at this tackle.
It's almost like he knew what was going to happen.
Cement Gillespie. I saw him dragging around in the tackle. I thought, I wonder who made the first hit. But it was Gillespie. And those that have been on the end of his tackling over the years would know that it hurts. Penalty against the Bears. Couldn't get back and get onside. Taylor asked the question.
And they couldn't get back onside because of these quick play the balls that Manly are producing. Here's another one here. They're up before the markers. The Bears always offside.
Very good crowd here considering the conditions today. As Cliffy Lyons takes over the line kicking. I think we guessed it right with Matthew Ridge. This is Big Carroll. Very, very close to bringing a penalty that. There was lifting in the tackle from Danny Williams. He dropped off. Tuvey, centre of the ground, 40 out. Hasler runs across. And Kosef back inside for Menzies. Menzies is through! 18 out as Roberts comes off. Cunningham is about to come on. Manly, dangerous again. Ridge. Across for Tuvey, that's backwards surely. Hasler, one-handed away for Lyons. Lyons keeps it alive. Cunningham has been on there 10 seconds. Taken out of it by Larson. 5 tackles gone. Cunningham is injured. Lyons rolls it in. David Hall read it, and David Hall did well.
They're dangerous. They've got some great set plays around the rucks, Manly. Once again, Menzies nearly got through and they finished it off. They've got North under all sorts of pressure running into this breeze. Hall did well here to cover that up.
12-2. The Bears outnumbered inside their own 20-metre line. Tough task on a normal day, let alone one such as this, to play the unbeaten Manly at Brookvale. Florimo. 40 metres out from their line, the Bears. Trailing by 10 points as Taylor puts it down and over the head of Ridge. Hancock falling back to help his fullback as much as possible today. Reg on for Lions and turns it in for Hasler. Hasler puts a fend out. He gets rid of Williams. Got rid of another. Was taken in the third by Taylor. 42 metres out. Hancock for Tuvey and back for Kosef. Kosef on the halfway line. Weather starting to close in at Brookvale. Cunningham is all right again. Larson making the tackle, but rising ever so slowly. Lions! Now Reggie kicks. Tuvey might have been in front of him. Nigel Roy will be captured in goal. So, Manly just keep winding down the pressure.
It's just wave after wave of Manly attack, and once again Cliffy Lyons made the bust from dummy half, found support, and then Rich finished it off. A lovely kick because the fullback had come up into the line to make a tackle. And, North, they've been out of their own half once, I think.
Just losing his microphone, causing a slight delay. I'm just wondering whether the fact that Manly and Norths provided President's Cup entertainment here today with a 11:30 start, in other words, we returned to 3 matches, I'm wondering whether they had something to do with the size of this crowd here at Brookvale today.
Always good, get good crowds here, Brookie. The Mighty Eagles, great support as Kosef looks for a hole.
Regner finding himself up a dummy half again. Gillespie bounces up to the defence. He's under pressure, David, and players rattling around him. He seems to enjoy that type of rugby league. Here's a try for Menzies! Off Cliffy Lyons. Well, Lyons is conducting the orchestra. Have we got a problem? He's ruled a forward pass.
Well, he's ruled something. He's ruled, I think did he ground the football? Let's have a look at it. It's the Cliff Lyons and Steve Menzies show. Beautiful ball, drifting out the North defence. Menzies straight through. Now does he ground the football? Good hit by Sears. He's ruling that he hasn't grounded it.
Well, he must have ruled that way because the official he spoke to was the in-goal judge.
And good decision in the end, although it looked like it was ripped out by Sears there. Comes back to that rule.
Taylor. Craig Wilson getting ready to come on for the Bears as Mark Soden is put away. There's Craig now. Just inside the 40-metre line, but they are in the same form. Here's a bit of a problem for Hancock, not for Hancock. You see him stop, and he checked his approach to the ball that could have made him look like an absolute fool. He just handled it so well as Tuvey plays it now. Kosef is about to make the comment, Manly. They are just in such superb form. I guess the question now is, can the coach keep them up? You'd rather them be playing like this than badly, but keeping them up. Well, Terry Hill.
It's a matter of the players keeping themselves up. No doubt they can. They're enjoying their football. And that's obvious the way they're playing. And the penalty goes their way. All these Norse players working very hard. Larson and Fairley, 17 and 15 tackles, respectively.
Taylor's, I think, talking to the referee about his interpretation of some of the rules in regard to Norths by comparison with Manly, as the penalty count goes strongly Manly's way. And I think Taylor, as captain, has asked him, how come you're seeing some of the things differently for us than you are for Manly? Cunningham. Hasler now. Kosef finds himself in that position there. First receiver and ball carrier So often, there's a busy lock forward. This is a busy front rower. Now Menzies back in the way for Ridge, and Ridge gets the try. Well, I was about to say they denied Menzies earlier, but they can't deny him this time, even though he didn't score the try.
Oh, and back on the 10-metre line as Menzies, as they scored the try, Gillespie had the arms up. Look at that football. Beautiful pass there. Menzies and Ridge finishes it off nicely. The Eagles, they're dead set on fire here at Brookvale Oval. And Dave Gillespie, what sort of form is he playing in? He may well play his way into an Australian jumper on this effort here today. And Menzies pops up a lovely ball for Ridge.
Ridge quick to applaud. I don't know whether he's clapping Menzies or Gillespie. Big David Gillespie.
Oh, he had the arms up, Cement. He loved it.
I will not back away. I have never seen Gillespie play as well as he's playing currently. Ridge, that's easy for him. Don't even bother looking. There's the scoreboard. Manly by 16. Beautiful stuff. Taylor's kick, he's a good kicker, but he could only get it about 38 metres down the ground.
Norths have really got to try and hang on now to go to half-time. It's down by 18 points to 2. Another try, I think it's dead set all over. It might be all over now, but the Bears are a good hard side. They'll fight back, but they'll need that wind at their backs and a strong kicking game to try and force their way into this game.
Carroll tackled on his own 30-metre line. Now it's Jeff Tuvey. Lyons on his outside, Gillespie on his inside. Gillespie putting his hand up for overtime. Cunningham. Hasler, no markers at all. The Bears are getting tireder as we get to the halftime break. They've made 33 1/3 more tackles than Manly.
It's about a third.
Yeah, I think it is a third. Brilliant piece of work there by Archimedes. Horton fairly turns it back for Sears to promote. 5 metres from the halfway line. You worked in the bank. Taylor now. Oh, floating pass was knocked forward. Jeffs, the referee, didn't see it, and I don't think the touch judge gave him any help. Probably he didn't see it either. Wilson's kick stands up. And Hopewadi to bring it off that corner. He's been in scintillating form. He was running on his knees.
And right there's the difference between the two sides. Wilson put the kick in, and he's the only one that chased. When Manly kicked, they've got a dozen or more chases down there, and Norths had the solitary.
Tuvey got away from his opposite number to be tackled on the 30-metre line by Stewart. Gillespie. Carroll. Good tackle that. Josh Stewart again. He's having a good game, Stewart, for the Bears. Tuvey able to get it out, knocked on by Lyons.
Cliffy, a nice ball to Jeff Tuvey, and the desperation pass this one probably didn't have to be thrown, but that's the way they play the game, Manly. They'll come up with a few of those mistakes.
Stewart is earning a caution from the referee. Lorimer pulling his winger around, but they go to the centres, and that's Caruana. Quick play the ball, might give them a chance. Played there by Toshak, and now Larson. Soden trails him through. Larson was looking for somebody. They're not all moving at the same time. Taylor, they were working for this play. Fairley. Great defence by Tuvey with help from Kosef. Taylor again. Little pass for Stewart. Tuvey, or Hasler it was, with Menzies. Soden, Taylor, Florimo, flick pass. Away from Wilson for Taylor. Taylor's kick finds the line.
You can just see how this Manly defence keeps coming off the line, forcing mistakes like that. They've been doing it for 12 weeks now. An average, I think, of about 1.5 tries per game against them. It's very hard to score tries against them.
Crowd getting involved in this game. Comfortable ground to come to now, Brookvale. And here's a mistake that North's worked for, and this gives them a chance.
Big chance for the Bears just before half-time now, is really forcing the pass here, Lyons, to a man under a great deal of pressure there. Good defence by the Bears.
Can they do something with it? The lock picks it up. Billy Moore. 2 metres out from the line. Taylor to the left, Florimo to the right. Florimo a 360 and he takes the defence. Manly, they pride their defence. Taylor, Fairley, dummies and tries himself. The big Australian second rower is tackled. A metre from the line. Can Manly hold them out? Away for Taylor to give. Florimo holds it back for Larson. Larson pummeled into the ground. Gillespie underneath. Kosef over the top. Bad pass. Scooped up by Fairley for Taylor. Bombarded by Ridge's defence. A jostle up. Now they go the blind for Wilson. And Wilson's in agony. Taken by Terry Hill.
He's trying to help him there. His legs have been caught underneath, easing him off. It's Mark Carroll. Made the big tackle. Checking out the damage.
Craig Wilson buckled over. And I hate to see that. In fact, I don't mind telling you, sometimes I look away. You can feel the pain. Willie Kahn at Illawarra was the worst I've seen. Different circumstances, of course. Well, what about Manly's defence? Fat man? Is there anything else we can say?
Well, exactly. It's there right in front of us for all to see, and it really must be quite frustrating for opposing coaches to come here and watch their team just not get over the try line.
Terry Hill on his own 20-metre line. Tuvey. There's a knock on there. I was just looking at Tuvey. Did he actually get a kick in before it touched the ground?
I think he was just simply trying to pass the football, and that's 3 uncharacteristic mistakes in a row by Manly in their own danger zone. Trying to offload, and a good strong tackle forced the issue.
I get a funny feeling the ball, though, came off the foot of the North Sydney tackler on Tuvey. Norths have got the feed. That's all that matters. It's all history now. The point I'm trying to make is when Tuvey lost it, he didn't go forward. It went back. And it was propelled forward by his tackler's foot. But anyway, Norths with Soden back and away quickly. Again on the ground, but Sears is with it, and he is with Tuvey. And the crowd loves it. The little number 7 is all over the place. Taylor. Moore. Billy. Referee's down. Fairley. Last tackle now for the Bears. A flick pass, a desperation pass through the legs of Wilson. Gets a kick in. Hopewadi will have to put it over the dead ball line. It'll be a line dropout. But again, Manly protect their line, and again, they frustrate the North Sydney Bears.
That's exactly what they do. Soden having a lash from dummy half there, and then the ball going on the ground. Just nice work by Wilson. He saw Hall out wide, and Hopper did the best thing he could there.
Ridge taking plenty of time about getting this passage underway. Drop kick from Matthew Ridge, fielded and taken back by Josh Stewart. Oh! Carroll put him in his sights and then let go. I don't think he got him as sweetly as he wanted. Billy Moore. Good work by him. Larson. 12 out from the line. Soden. Taylor. Taylor cuts out fairly, picks up Florimo. He cuts out Wilson and picks up, is it Sears or Toshak? It's the latter. Now David Hall. He dummies to Fairley and does it himself. 5 metres out from the line. Soden runs and then turns it for Stewart. But again, they hit the wall. An impregnable wall. 5 gone. And Soden, he's held up in goal. Well, are they human?
And it's on the 5th, so should be a turnover. But what can you say about it? Here's Soden has a go on Menzies. He couldn't get the football down. Well done, Steve Menzies.
I was about to make the comment, well, if you can't go through it and you can't go over it, Soden will go under it. He tried to burrow under it.
It's what, 24 tackles virtually in a row after all the mistakes that Manly made, and they've held them out.
Cunningham. One of the few Super Leaguers in the Manly club. Hasler back for 2v. Soden grabbing high. Larson underneath. Lions trying to out-general the markers. Kosef is able to promote. They're 40 metres away from their own line. Last tackle for Manly. Ridge kicks out of dummy half. Sears watches it over the line. Siren now. Sears watching it into that sideline. And there's the halftime score. Manly 18, North Sydney 2. Brilliant attack and even better defence from the Sea Eagles. Norths, though, with the breeze in the second half. 18-2 then. As we welcome you back now, second half of the match of the day, Manly and North Sydney. 18-2, and Manly now to run into this very strong wind. And it would seem to be the only thing that North Sydney have going for them, with missed tackles 17 by the Bears, 10 for Manly.
Yeah, that's far too many by the Bears. And the line breaks, 5 zip. It's because of those missed tackles and making all the line breaks. It's Fairley of each one.
North's provided their fans with some hope in that period coming up to half-time. As much as they tried, they couldn't crack the Manly line, but there were some signs of more adventure, more purpose. The thing that they did have going for them was the fact they were in their opposition territory. Look at Hancock cutting his way down the ground. Tuvey stepping inside Adrian Toole, who is a new player out there. Josh Stewart is the man off. David Gillespie away, and then through Kosef out for Cunningham. Some excellent tries scored in the first half by Manly, but none of them really to rival their defence. Carroll, 45 away from the Bears line, then to Kosef on the Lions, around the back of Menzies and Tuvey. That's opened them up. Ridge is there, inside for Terry Hill. shot the bottom gate, he'll run out of it. Terry Hill, he scores a try, little Tezza. He'll love it, 22-2.
Oh, good try to Tezza. Let me tell you, another beautiful set play by the Eagles. They're all about holding up that Norths defence and waiting for the right moment to put the man in the gap. There it is there, Ridge. Billy Moore couldn't put it with him for pace, and Ridge went through Hill. Great play back on the inside, well set up by Ridge, and too much pace.
Here it is again, an absolutely classic try.
And you see the decoys?
Yeah, everybody was in motion.
Exactly, the decoys held up Billy Moore. He's struggling with a knee injury anyway from the state of origin. Well done, Terry.
Super try by Terry Hill.
Yeah.
So Matt Ridge with the kick. And he converts. The try scored by Terry Hill. And look at this crowd. They must be freezing, but they're loving it. Where I pulled that from, little Terry Hill is a fair dinkum monster. 24-2. Taylor starts again. So if we thought the breeze might have brought North Sydney back into this game, we were sadly mistaken. Played by Danny Moore. Hasler goes across and finds Carroll, who in turn is on the 20-metre line. Hasler now gets a call on the blind, but decides for a dummy half run that ends under the weight of David Fairley. And Cunningham appeals for a quick play of the ball as he decides to take one himself. Toole underneath, Larson over the top, Hasler into dummy half, and then for Kosef. And they've reached the 40-metre line on 5. Wilson and Larson making the tackle. Back now for Ridge, and Ridge sending it down to bounce inside the 10-metre point. David Hall, played in the New South Wales third origin side. Pardon me. Didn't get many opportunities, but he did nothing wrong, and he seldom does. Roy. A little shower of rain coming across Brookvale now. There's Adrian Toole, who seemingly has been with North Sydney for a couple of decades. He's 30, I'm told. He's been around as long as me, and that means he's been around a while. Now, Larson over the halfway, got it free. Wilson supports, but the referee has ordered forward pass.
Well, he must have got a call from the touch shows there. Something about this North Sydney team. Blokes like Larson, Moore, Fairley, they won't turn it up today. They'll just keep trying. What a great player this Gary Larson is. This ball deemed to be forward, and there's nothing wrong with that pass.
Tuvey looking for his lock and finding him. It all went wrong, really. It was predetermined that Tuvey would work with Kosef. Now Cunningham angling across, and then banged into the ground heavily by Billy Moore with the help of Craig Wilson. Gillespie. And the penalty is against the Bears for being inside the 10, I do believe. They've taken a quick tap. Ridge. Tuvey. Lyons. He had Menzies running off his hip. Wilson made the tackle on Lyons, and now Tuvey gives it for Carroll. Carroll is met by Fairley and Soden. A couple of big men there, Fairley and Carroll. 20 metres out from the line. Lyons comes back for Tuvey. Tuvey goes back for Kosef. Now Ridge then has the support, but he can't get it away to him. Thought Ridge was looking for his second try. Hasler on for Lyons, then for Kosef. Kosef well tackled and taken out of it by Billy Moore. 5 gone. The crowd goes for cover as Ridge gets it so close. and that's the end of the tackle count.
Good defence there by North Sydney. Billy Moore instrumental there. Nice tackle on Kossoff. As the rain come down, the umbrellas are going up.
By Nigel Roy. This is Chris Caruana. Specks of rain on one of our sideline cameras as Wilson is put away by Carroll. And now for Billy Moore. A short pass over for Florimo. Kossoff and Hill making the tackle jointly. 24-2, the wind getting stronger, if anything. The rain now making conditions even more uncomfortable for the crowd. Taylor. Ridge getting underneath it, and he doesn't want to run those long distances back. And Hancock does that job for him. Lions away from dummy half. The markers were missing again. There's a chance here, I thought for a moment, for North Sydney, but come down with Manly. Soden says knock on, but it was knocked backwards. Carroll. Solomon Homano is out there now for Manly. David Gillespie takes a rest period. Cunningham. Inside the 40-metre line. Des Hasler gives it for Nick Kossoff. He cuts out Homano. He almost took his nose off. Menzies is tackled with it. Few metres on the Manly side of halfway. Tackle number 5. The kick is on for Ridge. He got a bad pass. Slowed him down, but there was still no real pressure on him. And here's Matt Sears now with that unmistakable action coming outside the 30-metre point. David Hall making himself available as Menzies comes out of it, injuring his left arm. The tackle that went wrong for Steve Menzies.
That's good work by David Hall coming in from that wing. He knows the forwards are tired, they need a rest. He comes in and takes on, gives them an extra 6 or 7 seconds, and Hasler pulling him down on the play of the ball there.
Soden taking a quick tap just inside the 20-metre line after Norths had taken the penalty. And now the Bears with David Fairley going up, but going up on his own. He then goes back for Billy Moore. Moore turns it into the centre for Adrian Toole. Toole out of one, gets it away, and now it's with Caruana, and he's tackled 10 metres out from the line. Terry Hill coming down in the tackle. Thought it might have brought a penalty, but Larson is with it, and so is Wilson now. Wilson for Fairley, Fairley for Florimo. Koshak was out wide. It's gone to ground for Larson, and Larson, he puts it down. Manly get the advantage, and North just driven back by a relentless Manly defence.
They just keep coming up and up and up, forcing the mistakes time and time again. North are so frustrated. They haven't made a clean break yet.
Cunningham. Just inside the 40-metre line. 24-2. Manly. Hasler working on the blind side. He's picked up Danny Moore out there. Moore, he loses it, and it's a knock-on that will see North with the loose head and feed.
20,446. Thank you for playing all conditions.
There'll be a slight delay because referee Jeffs has called over Caruana and Hill. And this was for something I mentioned, it seems like an age ago. Hill came down in the tackle. I thought he might have given a penalty. He appeared to go in with a forearm on Caruana. Here, Caruana is down, not held, and Hill goes in. There's nothing in it when I look at it on the replay. And then a bit of a jostle up. The Bears now, with Caruana coming up with it, a double run around, and then back into the middle for David Hall, but Homano plays it on the halfway line. Taylor carries it over that line. He gives a short pass for Billy Moore. When the Bears all get in motion, they seem to be a lot better team. This is Craig Wilson. By that I mean, The one-out plays, working up to the play that they're waiting for. I think it brings them undone. When they're all moving at the same time, something happens. Something good happens, like this. Florimo standing back, it goes for Toole. He goes over the 20. Then it's back for Soden. Soden, he's only 2 metres away, tackled by Cliffy Lyons. Taylor wants quick ball to the left. He's got it. Now for Wilson. Bad pass. That's taken the sting out of it. He dropped it on the foot. Hasler gets it in. And Manly again repelling North Sydney.
Well, it's better play by North Sydney. They made some inroads, got some support play going. And when Taylor runs to the line, they look a lot better side. He hasn't done enough today. On that occasion, though, it all went wrong for them once again with a very flat, ordinary pass. Held them all up.
And away goes Hopawate out to the 40-metre line. Through Kosef. Long ball. Taken on the fingertips by Lyons. Hill is confronted by Caruana and Florimo. Back they go now through the hands of Menzies. Menzies crosses the halfway line. Larson and Toole, they make the tackle with Moore. The officials turning the lights on here at Brookie. As Carroll gets it to the 40-metre line, 5 tackles. Hasler back to the blind for Ridge, off the feet of Toole. He didn't play, well, he's ruled that he did. He's given 6 more tackles, and now a knock on the first of the new set.
Well, strange ruling there by Jeffs. First of all, he didn't rule, then he did, and then he's found a knock on in there somewhere.
Watch it, watch Adrian Toole.
Well, he's never played at that.
No way in the world he
look
played
at the referee,
ball.
all of a sudden he decides, yes, he played at it. And he's found a knock on him there by Menzies.
Sears. Put away by Danny Moore. The other Moore, Billy. 32 metres out from his line. Crushed the face then for Toole. Toole! He's away from Cliffy Lyons. Lyons looked down at his hands as if to say, what happened there? It was a look of bewilderment on the face of Lyons that he missed the tackle. Fairley, he might regather. He doesn't, but one of his colleagues does. Wilson for Florimo. Then it goes on and away from Toshak for Hall. And David Hall, he scores North Sydney's first try.
And they finally got one, the Bears. Good try there, well executed. David Fairley, a nice piece of work. Here's the original miss by Cliffy. This is not on little Cliffy. He looked down his hand and said, what's on there, a bit of grease or something? Should have been down around the legs. And then Fairley, good move this, second tackle, saw that the defence was up, little one in, he didn't get it, but there was plenty of North support there. In the end, it went out wide through the hands of Florimo and David Hall over in the corner. They had to crack eventually, Manly.
Here it is again, and this is not fluky stuff from David Fairley. He's a very proficient kicker.
It's good to see second rows doing this sort of thing, you know, and let's not leave it just to the halfbacks. Blokes with skill like David Fairley can do things. Well done, David Hall.
From the sideline, Jason Taylor has just missed it. So 24-6, Manly over the Bears.
Big call, wasn't it, second tackle, but he saw the space there, and that's good. Got to use your nous a bit and have a go. He did that, and it's come up with a try.
Who was the Bears player that scooped the ball up off the ground? I must admit I didn't catch him, but he was vital in the try. If you're enjoying the telecast coming from Sydney's Brookvale Oval today. And it's a great rugby league ground now, Brookvale. They've completed the new stand and it's only going to get better. Matthew Ridge keeping it low and driving it down into Mark Soden's waiting arms, and then Adrian Toole goes galloping back. 25 out from his own line. Now for Moore. Billy Moore. Certainly put some kilometres in their legs. Moore and Larson. Tuvey won't give up, and he doesn't. Soden thrusting Tuvey away from the tackled player, and this is Craig Wilson. And he got the ball away. It came off the feet of Tuvey. It'll be play on. Kelvin Jeff saw it that way, called it that way. Hasler across now for Carroll. He's a monster of a man. Florimo tried to wrap the ball up, and he almost left the ground by a couple of feet to do that. Lyons with a dummy, then he's through. Hopawate, a fend over the 30 and pulled down just outside the 20 by Fairley. A good effort by him. David Hall, he was over there. Now it's on for Lyons. Across it comes for Kossep. Cuts out Ridge. Then it's with Tuvey. Cunningham gave a decoy. Hill takes the play up to the 20-metre line, and he's put away. In the dummy half. He works on the blind himself. He gets rid of the marker. He pushed away from Chris Caruana. And eventually Craig Wilson makes the tackle on Des Hasler. They've still got a couple left. Carroll gets himself in the line. And that's one of the reasons he shouldn't be in the line. That long floating pass has taken the sting out of it. And North's come up with it through Soden. And he's tackled just inside the 30-metre line. Taylor provides for Toole.
He's been good for them, Toole, since he's come on into the game. At least he's taken the ball forward, made some good metres. This is another good run. North's looking a lot better the second half, getting over the advantage line.
David Hall jumping into the defence. Larson's with him, he cuts him out. Oh, Florimo got a mongrel of a pass. He knocked on and then he stuck the boot into it. So put a scrum down, he'll give Manly the loose head and feed.
Yeah, very dusty pass, this one. Superman wouldn't have caught that.
He's going, he won't catch too many more. 45 metres out. Scrum won by the Eagles as Tuvey goes over to Lyons at 5/8, and then they look at Terry Hill, but it was almost telegraphed, that play. Hancock is with it and Lyons is hurt. Danny Moore. Carroll. Near the halfway line for Hasler to try and dance away from Soden. He does that. Hardly dancing, but he certainly fended away from Soden. Very strong, Des Hasler. He's not a big man, but he's very, very strong. As is Tuvey, the little number 7. Then Gillespie around the back for Cunningham to give on for Ridge. And Ridge does a double pump. And then he gets down towards the 30-metre line. Larson underneath him. Hasler wants the ball. Fifth tackle. What'll they do? It's with Cliffy Lyons off his boot. High into those darkening skies. And now it comes down. It looked like it came off Manly. It'll be play on for the Bears through Toshak. And then it's Taylor. And now it's Nigel Roy, I should say. And Roy grasped by Tuvey. The fellow hanging around their legs like Dennis the Menace. And every time he makes a tackle, the crowd loves him just that little bit more. Roy again. North, well, this is paper talk, are in the market for Brett Dallas. That would, I tend to think, make some of the wing men feel a little bit uncomfortable at North Sydney. Florimo flicks it out. Taylor shovels it on. And that man is Toshak. They're on the halfway line. They're doing it tough. Larson puts the kick in. Ridge was up, so was Hancock. And it's going over the dead ball line. Larson, would you believe, led the chase. He kicked it, and he was the only player within cooey of this ball, which was nearly going to be an opportunity. The athleticism of Gary Larson is incredible. As Hopawate is tackled 5 metres from the halfway line. Hasler, long ball required. Tuvey, then Lyons. Lyons across, and now Menzies. Menzies looks inside. Kosef dropped off a little bit. Moore to the 40-metre line. Hasler. Carroll. That's good work by Josh Stewart. He's much smaller, but a couple of times he's met Carroll head on and wrapped him up in copybook tackles. Gillespie now requires 2 and 3 men to put him away. Hasler out for Ridge. They're going to put a field goal over. There it goes. He hits the uprights. It's play on. Manly might still score. No, the Bears have got it.
Oh, yeah. Big Tool got that one. Ridge looking for the extra point. Taken to a 19-point lead off the upright. And the Tool man was there.
And here it was, the shot. And Manly players surging in, but Adrian Toole saving for the Bears. It's Caruana. Hear the hit. The smack of Hasler in the main made the tackle. Larson. That's his personal effort today. 31 tackles and 13 hit-ups, Gary Larson. Foromo losing at the advantage. Applies. Ridge thought about passing, and then he realised it was a long pass required, and there were North Sydney players sweating on it. Hasler, Tuvi, Lyons, Hopawate is outside. Hancock was there. Tuvi now. A jolting tackle on Tuvi ends his progress. Again from Josh Stewart. Now Manly bunched a little bit in midfield. Carroll driven back. Strong tackle by Soden and Toole, mainly the little fellow. Kosef and Soden cleans up again. His contribution is quite high too, Mark Soden. He's made 20 tackles. As Menzies got a pass away that Wilson has capitalised on. It's on the ground and they dive for it.
What's happening out there? No one wants to hold the football. Pass is going all over the place. And now a penalty goes to the Eagles, striking in the play the ball by Soden. Well, have a look at this lot here. Menzies trying to offload. Wilson gets away. Hasler a flying tackle from behind. He throws a speculator. And Cliffy comes up with it. And then striking in the play the ball.
Danny Moore. David Gillespie across and Jeff Tuvi with it. Gets rid of Florimo and gives it on for Terry Hill. Hill tries to get between the centre and the winger, but they've got him contained this time. And Caruana.
That's been a good battle, hasn't it? Caruana and Hill today. Boys got a bit upset with each other at times, but Caruana's been right on Hill's hammer all day.
Just looking at Caruana, he had his hand over Hill's face and just giving him a little facial massage as if to say, that's square. You see it? He's built like a block of granite, Chris Caruana. He's not very big, but he's a tough little rooster. They've had a nice old spat out there today. Lyons now goes to the air. Danny Moore's underneath it. And it's been battered down, but Norths have got it.
I just don't know that the great Bonzo Fulton will be happy with the way Manly have played this second half. Penalty to North Sydney now. Another infringement around that play the ball area. But they're a side who like to throw the football around, but I just think they've been too fancy in this second half.
Taylor, Fairley, Florimo. He's underneath him. He got a one-hander back for Larson. Larson for Fairley. Fairley looks outside, but he's put away. Support play then by Norths. They've got to do more of that. Taylor, then Wilson. Now, here's Stewart. Held by Hasler. Half a chance was there. Norths with Taylor. And now Fairley. They've got more numbers. Fairley inside the 10-metre line. Caruana. Then for Taylor. Now Sears. Back for Toole. Flicks it out for Stewart. Hasler waits for him with Carroll. 5 gone for the Bears. Taylor looking to go from left to the right. He does that. Gets in the line. Wilson rolls it in. Papawati has to get back, and I think he did. But the referee doesn't.
Good chase there by North Sydney. Ridge blowing up. Not happy with the decision there, Hopway. What's going on with the game, boys? Craig Wilson, the deft little kick. And Soden, the man, well, he was in the field of play and then he got pushed back.
Here's another angle on it. Angle on what? So 24-6, Ridge to give it back to them. And 32 metres is all he could manage, and that's understandable. 14 goes on for the Bears. Cleary it is. Larson has come off. Larson, an exhausted man as he retires to the bench. Taylor. Now Florimo, and this is Sears. He beat Homano, got a ball on for Taylor. Cleary is with Taylor. Taylor desperately gets it away. It'll be play on, is it? No. He's ruled that it went forward. Kelvin Jeffs ruling it went forward.
Well, since Taylor's got some go forward from his forwards, he's starting to run the football. Look at this. He's creating all sorts of havoc. The inside ball, Cleary, a little knock on there. That's the one that Kelvin Jeffs saw. Otherwise, it was try time.
Do you fancy that he touched the ball?
I think he did. Well, Kelvin Jeffs thinks he did.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Understand that. 10 metres out from their line, the Eagles. You're probably right, because they aren't blowing up all that much, the Bears. Lions. Taken by Toshak. 24-6. And a penalty goes to Manly.
That's absolutely ridiculous play there. They've had Manly under some pressure, North Sydney. And all of a sudden they come up with this from Matt Toshak. Get up and mark him. Instead of falling all over him. Peter Louis wouldn't be happy with that one.
Hasler taking the tap, and Big Carroll goes ahead. That is Caruana making the tackle. Had to leave the ground significantly to make the tackle. Homano pushes it out to the 30-metre line for Manly on their second tackle on this set. Now for Menzies, and Menzies 35 out from his line. Hasler looking for a call. Menzies very slowly up to play it, looking for a penalty, which wasn't forthcoming, and Homano again gets just beyond the 40-metre line. Cunningham right on the halfway mark. He's playing his 150th first-grade game today, Owen Cunningham, as Ridge's kick finds the line. And it is about 27 metres out. Minutes to go. Nigel Roy, he got through the tackle of Kosef, but Tuvey was able to pull him down. Again, Nigel Roy to the halfway line. Soden 40 metres out from the line. Taylor, a short pass for Stewart. And underneath him is the 30-metre line. Soden comes back for Wilson. He had the opportunity to go with Fairley, but He was providing a decoy. 5 tackles now gone for the North Sydney side. Soden. Oh, Des Hasler was fielding in close and came up with it.
Oh, the short leg. Good stuff from the 2 number 9s there. Soden, the little one, and look at Desi. The pluck, the great pluck. All these North players have had big games today. Josh Stewart, he's had a fine game as Kossoff goes straight up the middle.
Supported by Hancock, but that's the end of it. Here comes somebody. Cunningham up the centre. And he's held by Taylor around the leg. Menzies coming off for Manly as Carroll gives it on. Lions with a short ball. Humano is down to the 35-metre point. Then back, he provides for Lions. Lions out wide for Hopewadi. Tuvey ran around, made the extra man, takes it to the 20, then he gives it for Danny Moore, and Danny Moore, another of those tries comes for the Origin centre. Danny Moore gets the try for Manly.
Is that Vinnie Eagles or what? The broken field specialists, here they are again, come out of nothing. Beautiful ball put on for Humano by Cliffy Lyons. And then from here, the North's defence always struggling. What's this for a pass? Cuts out about 18 of them, and Tuvey does just about all the rest of it, and Moore, in the end, had the great sense to come back on the inside. No North's defence trailing over. Well finished.
This is the try as it really started here with Humano standing and offloading.
And this is the pass that finds the space. Manly always look for the space. They found it here through Hopewadi to Tuvey. He put the foot down, a couple of dummies, and Danny Moore back on the inside. So a big week, Danny Moore.
It's his 21st career try, his 2nd for the game. Matthew Ridge will try to convert from a very simple angle for him. And there it is. Manly easily by 30 points to 6. I think of the score before he kicked. They had the 30 in the frame before Ridge actually kicked it. The try again for you. Jeff Tuvey holding onto it as long as he could.
Shannon Nevin there just receiving the football. He's come on as a reward for some great performances in the lower grades.
I think you'll find Daniel Gartner is out there as well. And if Daniel Gartner is back in his first grade side, Manly will lose nothing, because he, let me tell you, was one of 3 brilliant youngsters that we were talking about last year. Kossoff, Menzies and Gartner. And he is out there now. It's the first time I've seen him in the top grade this year. Terrible knee injury. I think he might have had reconstruction. Humano, Tuvey. Hasler. Now Kossoff. Play on, says referee Kelvin Jeffs. Fairly. And it's been propelled forward. Cement Gillespie, he played his 200th first grade game today. Canterbury, Wests, and of course Manly.
Been a great stalwart for rugby league over the last, 10 or 11 years. I think he came in a grade in about 83. Well, he may well find himself in an Australian jumper.
On the way, jumper 14 is Shannon Nevin, by the way. And of course, number 25,
Lions a dummy half, and Hill channels back in, but then the Bears come up and put him away.
One of the blokes who made that tackle, David Fairley, deserves special mention today. He's had a great game for the Bears, nearly 40 tackles.
Here's Gardner making a break. He needs a Finn to get him there. It wasn't able. Fairly a desperate tackle. Now it's gone away to Hasler. On for Lions. He has Hormano on the inside. He juggles it around like Houdini and puts it down for another Manly try. Houdini, a juggler.
Oh, he could do anything. Look like yourself, perhaps. Hormano. Here's the original bust by Gardner.
Good play this kid.
Oh, easy what? He's been back now 3 or 4 weeks from that knee injury he sustained. And just look at Cliffy Lyons, the magic of Cliffy. There's plenty of North's defence there, but Hormano back on the inside. What do you call him, Houdini?
Well, I don't know who Houdini was, but I think he was a man of magic. Hormano gets the try, and Manly 36-6 to come with the kick.
And whenever Cliffy Lyons has the football in his hands, it is danger time for the opposition. He's proved that once again today against the North Sydney Bears.
The scoreboard attendant at Manly, I don't know who it is, but he's a very cocky fellow. He puts the score up before Ridge kicks. Now I'm told the PA announcer is giving the scoreboard attendant a bum steer. Whichever way, Shannon Nevin is to convert the try of Hormano. Does that. There was going to be some egg on some faces. 36-6. Manly over the Bears.
And he's got his first points in first grade. Shannon Nevin.
(36-6), a heavy scoreline against the Bears. In fact, in their 2 meetings this year, there's Tooby trying to slice through for another long run, which is cut down by Ivan Cleary. Kosef, outstanding game this kid. Kosef to the halfway. Gardner is with him. Then the ball put down in rugby union fashion. Dived on by Danny Moore. Hasler is there. They're ripe for another try here. Lions on the halfway line. Dummies once and gives it the second time for Nevin. And Nevin put away 42 metres out from the line. Josh Stewart is down injured. Lions dummies, then gives it for Terry Hill. Hill tries to get through the gap, but he's put away by Soden. 32 metres out from the North Sydney line. Full-time siren almost with us. And now Lions a kick. Taylor can't regather, but Matthew Sears can. And he's tackled 35 out from his own line. Been a very, very big performance by Manly. I was about to make the point. 66-6 they've scored in 2 matches. And this will be the last play. That's off the feet. Manly come up with it at the end of the game. 36-6. Manly over the Bears. How many tries? 6, I believe. 2 for Moore. Hancock, Ridge, Hill and Hormano. Hall for the Bears. Is it any wonder that they are the competition front runners, unbeaten, and they equal a club record for consecutive wins at Manly, and that equals South Sydney's 1952 record for the best start to a season. Well, Cement Gillespie has come off the bench to join his partners. He is the Paul Vorton man of the match. And congratulations to him, celebrating 200 first grade games today. Well, that takes us out from here at Brookvale. You've again seen the competition front runners absolutely brilliant. Started out this year thinking Canberra and Brisbane were certainties to play the grand final. I was even more confident that Canberra would win the grand final. But this Manly side, they got the Canberra punters and the Brisbane punters shaking in their shoes.